welcome to the Weed Wacking 2020 season debut. We have an abundance of weeds that need to be whacked, and the world's best weed whackers ready to get rid of them. Charles Neuman is our whacker today, and he will be taking on his front yard, which has been quite the challenge. And he'll be using the latest Ryobi 40-volt weed whacker, fully electric, and here he goes. He's getting ready to start it up. This is opening day, so he might have a little struggle. And here he goes, beginning at the front stoop. Trying to get into that corner a little. He seems to be struggling right off the gate, but now he's finding his rhythm. Look at the precision on Charles's weed whacking. Seems to be clearing out a lot of the dirt and weeds there. But he has to be careful. He cannot interfere with the hose. It looks like he's moving a trowel out of the way. Here he goes with his right foot, shifting it down and holding the hose down with his left foot to clear it out of the way. Brilliant play from Charles Neuman. Here he goes. He picks up the hose with his hand. His left foot is on the scoop, preventing the hose from dropping down into the weed whacker. What a brilliant play from Charles Neuman. I don't think anyone else in the world could have pulled that off that beautifully. Here he goes, making his way around the turn and going down the driveway. It looks like he's having a little trouble trying to extend the wiring there, which does cut it by hitting the bottom. It should extend it, so then the blades on the weed whacker will cause it to cut, so it is the appropriate length. But he seems to be having some issues. He is making his way there, but not in the time he would like. Charles seems unsatisfied with his weed whack at the moment, spending an awful lot of time in that spot. Here he goes. He is clearing the way, but this is not the performance we'd like to be seeing from Charles. Here he goes, above the curve, trying to avoid the dandelions. It looks like Charles is running into some technical difficulties, but let's take a look at that play with the foot. Here he goes. He identifies the hose. He knows it's going to be a problem, and he does not want to cut that Goodyear hose. Shifts it with his right foot. There is the plant with the left foot to hold the hose back. But the hose is still in the corner. But Charles knows this. He is a brilliant weed whacker, many years in this sport, and a hose will not get the best of him. Here he goes, reaches down with his left hand. He's going to lift it up by the flower pot, and it looks like he's going to move his left foot there to prevent the hose. And Charles looks like he's fixed his technical difficulties, and he is back above the curve. Now, the bushes and dandelions do not start till further into the front lawn, so it looks like Charles has quite a bit of room to work with, but he is going in there. He is not holding back. Charles needs to make up time from those technical difficulties, and he's doing it in a brilliant fashion. Look at him go. Weed whacker, brand new, 40 volts of battery, straight from the gate. We have not seen anything like this in the weed whacking business. This is a brilliant debut from Charles. He had a rough start, don't get me wrong. Here he goes. He reaches the end of the driveway, and it looks like, what's this? What's he going for? It seems to be going into the front lawn a little bit. What line is he going to choose here? Oh my God, in between the sidewalk and the driveway, he is going for it. He's getting every last detail. And it looks like he's getting those little bits of grass that are sticking up. We have not seen anything like this from Charles. This is new. He really put in the work this winter, and I've got to say, it is showing off. Look at the precision with that Ryobi 40-volt weed whacker. And here he goes. He is making his way to the other end of the driveway, a big clump of grass there, and that doesn't seem to be stopping him. What is he going to do now? Look at this. He is weed whacking the sidewalk, doing some community service. That is going to look brilliant for Charles, and what a start to the season he's got. Charles goes back to the sidewalk, make sure it's extra whacked. That is something we have not seen from Charles yet. And I've got to say, I am loving it, and I'm sure the fans are too. All of you watching at home must be really pleased with Charles' performance right now. despite the technical difficulties. What's this? A mislodged brick. How is Charles going to handle this? He seems to be struggling to fit it in. This is taking away from his weed whacking, and I'm not sure how this will affect the rest of his performance. Where has Charles gone? It seems he has left. Is he coming back though? I'm not sure what's going on.
Of course not.
Here he goes. He's back. He's back. He has a trowel. He has a hole to put the bricks in. I have never seen this before in all my years of commentating this sport. This is a new play. Nobody has ever thought to bring a trowel to the driveway to fix the mislodged brick. Look at him chiseling away to carve a perfect hole to place the brick. He seems to be struggling with the trowel, but he is a weed whacker. Keep in mind, he is not a gardener, so he is not expected to be handy with the trowel, but this is still incredibly impressive. It's going to be very hard. If Charles can keep this up for the rest of the season, I think he's looking at the championship trophy right there. Bicycle's going to drive by, but Charles will move the weed whacker out of the way for the bicycles. Along with weed whacking the sidewalk, Charles is a man of the people, and that is it. Charles fixing the brick with a brilliant debut. So Charles, how would you judge your performance at the debut of the weed whacking season?
Well, there are a lot of guys out there, some of them are really good, and I gotta say, I was in there with the pack, and I pulled ahead. I think I did a really good job. This is my first time with this particular piece of equipment, and we had a little bit of a rough start with getting the line right, but I gotta say, I think it came like that, so I had to work it to make it right. But I think it was a respectable first performance, and I'm looking forward to more, and I think we've got a real promise for this summer season.